When you're playing a team that has such good guard play, how does your game plan change defensively?
Yeah, it was just a lot of talks between the guards, just that we got to buckle down and we really got to guard. So I feel like that's a big emphasis for it was a big emphasis last game and for this next game coming up. So yeah.
How did that close one against Kennesaw State prepare you for this Pitt team?
Yeah, just like every team, you're going to get a great shot because they're all trying to win just as bad as us. Kennesaw is a great team. Pitt's a great team. So I feel like that wake-up call, it really gave us a good scare there. But I feel like I'm proud of the way we bounced back, and I feel like that's going to propel us in Sunday.
It gave you a good scare. How does that help?
Just know that we battled adversity. We didn't fold. We could have folded. We were down 13, but I feel like each man to a guy. We just we all said we didn't want to go out that way, and we just all pushed through. And I feel like that's what led us to a win.
You're going up against Coach Miller's alma mater. The last time he coached at Xavier and they played Pitt in the tournament, they lost in the Sweet 16. Can you tell that there's a little more emphasis from Coach here?
Yeah, definitely. Especially our assistant coach, Coach Jackson. He showed up a couple clips of him shooting the year before and then the next year after that. So yeah, it definitely means a little bit more to this coaching staff, and I feel like it's just going to help our guys.
What's the number one thing that you need to clean up from the Kennesaw State game?
Definitely transition defense. We were sloppy on that. We watched film on that this morning. And know that Pitt, they like to get out and transition to shoot threes, and that's where their biggest key on offense is at, so we definitely have to fix that.
What do you guys need to do correctly that if you do this, Xavier moves on to the Sweet 16?
Transition defense, and rebounding, and just guarding the ball. I feel like if we do those things, then that's how we win the game.
Awesome. Thanks, Colby. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
This isn't new for you to coach against your alma mater. You've done it before, but is there any extra emotion for you when you get out there and you're facing the school that you played at?
There is, and from the perspective of, I have a great fondness for Pittsburgh. It's where I'm from, where my family and a lot of great friends still live. My wife and I both attended Pitt, and a lot of those friendships started back when we were students, and you love people. But in terms of tomorrow, whether it's on Pitt's side or our side here at Xavier, it's about winning and advancing to a Sweet 16. It's a great opportunity. So a lot of that's out the window as you approach the game.
I heard Coach Jackson was extra fired up today. What did you see from him?
Well, yeah, Dante's had two experiences against Pitt in the tournament. One in which we lost at the end, and one the year after I left, which they ended up winning and advancing. So, but we respect Pitt a great deal. The ACC is one of the great conferences. Leading up to about the final week of the year, they were in contention to win the ACC regular season championship. So they have a lot of firepower. They're playing with a lot of confidence. So we're going to have to be at our best.
When you're playing against another team that has really good athletic guard play, how does the previous game plan help this one?
You're right, very similar. Kennesaw State can spread you out. They can really hurt you in transition because of their firepower and their guard play. Pitt's the same. As a matter of fact, Pitt actually shoots the three-point shot better and more often. So, defending the three-point line will be critical, and I think that and our turnovers are going to be two really important factors in us being able to win.
Sean, were you more concerned with only making two, or only taking 12, or only making 2 threes in the first game?
Well, credit Kennesaw. I thought they did a really good job of taking that away from us. And you have to take what they give. And we may have missed a couple, but I didn't think we had a lot of great looks. Their defense really smothered us on the perimeter.
With how good Pitt is at it, does that mean it's more important in this game?
Making three-point shots? Yeah. Well, and that's what we do. We're not like a team that shoots a lot of threes, but if you look at our percentages over the year, we've been very consistent, and it's important tomorrow that we're consistent.
Sean, how important has Adam Kunkel been? Look, this is a guy that not only gives you what he gives you on the offensive end, he seems to be an emotional piece to the team too. Just from the whole person that is Adam Kunkel and what he gives the team, how important is he to your group?
I mean, AK is really important. I would say he's our vocal leader. So every team has one, and when he's not around, it's quieter. It doesn't feel the same, and he wants to win. I mean, he has a great competitive spirit. He's been in college for a number of years. He wanted to return to the tournament. You know, when you're him, you don't want your career to end. And I think we're seeing that from him. He's playing some of his best basketball of the season. The three-point shot he made yesterday was the biggest shot of the game, and without that going in, we might not have won.
When you have such an emotional win like you did yesterday, how do you get the guys to kind of leave that in the past and be focusing on the next one?
Well, it's great that we have a day in between. That helps. And, you know, I think in the NCAA tournament, every game is pretty much emotional. You know, if you win, you survive. If you don't, it's over. So that being at the forefront of everything, you know, you're thrilled to have the victory. But I don't worry about that. I think our team will be focused. And I think, as everybody knows, we didn't play our best yesterday.
I saw you catching up with Pitt's radio crew yesterday while we were all sitting down there. What was last night like for you? And I think along with your entire schedule last night, what did you do?
Well, we watched, you know, Pitt and really scouted them. But, yeah, the two people that do Pitt's radio are Bill Hillgrove, who's the voice of the Steelers, and it was my radio guy in 1987 to 92, and Curtis Aiken, who's, you know, like an older brother to me in many ways. He was a Pitt player and has lived in the city his entire life, kind of took me under his wing when I was younger. And, yeah, I have so much respect and love for those two guys. It was just great to see them. I haven't seen them in a long time.
Sean, when you think back to going up the hill after the Villanova game and trying to find the biggest rock you could find, what do you think of what it's grown into and what it means to these guys?
I hope it means a lot. You know, we turned the ball over 10 times yesterday, and that's one of the good things we did. As a matter of fact, we had 4 of our 10 turnovers in about a 2.5-minute span. So if you think about it, for most of the game, in spite of some things maybe we weren't doing well, taking care of the ball has a way of keeping you in the game. And but when we play with 10 or fewer turnovers, that's usually a good indicator that we have a great chance to win. When we haven't, that's gotten away from us. So I hope the rock serves as a symbol. That's really its only purpose. So the more they talk about it, the more you talk about it, the better for us. Yeah.
When you're playing against a team that has really good guard play, how does your role change defensively?
Yeah, I mean, it still is, you know, we're a team defensively. It's not just going to be on one guy. It's going to be on all 5. So if one guy gets beat, you know, I might have to step over, or, you know, our ball screen coverage is still kind of the same. So it's really just, you know, a total team effort on defense. You know, it's not just going to be on one guy.
How has, you know, Coach Miller playing against his alma mater, the last time he was the head coach of Xavier, lost to them in the tournament? Have you noticed that this might mean a little more to him?
Yeah, and I mean, Coach told us kind of, you know, what Pittsburgh means to him, but, you know, obviously that was 15 years ago or so. So, you know, Coach has been through a lot of different experiences since then. I wouldn't say it's more personal for him. I think he just, you know, treats it the same as any other game. He just wants us to win and wants us to play our best basketball. What
about Coach Jackson? I heard he was a little extra fired up today.
Yeah, Coach Jackson, I think that, you know, when he played, they lost whenever Coach Miller was here, but then the next year, Coach Jackson had to pull up some highlights, so you could see his effort and attitude, and I think there was even a clip where he said, not this year, not this time. So, yeah, it definitely means more to him for sure.
What's the number one thing you guys have to clean up from yesterday?
Yeah, we got to, you know, fix our transition defense. We got to fix our offense. We got to continue to take care of the ball and really just want to play, you know, kind of how we did the last 15 minutes of the game. We want to play that for the whole game.
Okay, Sully, when you're getting ready to play a team that has such strong guard play, how do you prepare for that defensively?
You know, we've been facing a lot of great guards all year, so, I mean, I feel like it's going to be another matchup for us, and we just got to come ready and have our defense prepared.
Based on your early scout, what is the biggest challenge that Pitt presents for you guys?
They shoot a lot of threes, man. They're a great shooter team. In their wins, they make like 10 to 15 threes, and in their losses, they don't make as many. So that's our main objective of the game, is taking away their three-pointers and making them put it on the deck.
Coach Miller is one of their better players in Pitt history. Has there been any smack talk since you found out?
Nah, it ain't really been a lot of smack talk, but I know how much the game means to Coach and a few of our other coaches that played against Pitt back in their time.
How does that change your outlook on this game, knowing that this game means probably a little bit more to Coach Miller?
I mean, it makes it means even more, because I know that's his alma mater, and I know he wants to win in advance to get to the Sweet 16, and we do as well. So, I mean, the game is going to be special, and it's our second game in the tournament, so it's going to be big time.
That first game against Kennesaw State was too close for comfort based on what I heard yesterday. How do you leave that behind you as you get ready for the next one?
I mean, it's surviving advance. That's what this tournament is about. Every team is good. No game is going to be easy. So, I mean, I'm just glad that we won that game. And this game, I hope that we can settle in a little bit more and just play more free, play more confident, and just continue to do what we do.
What's the number one thing that you want to fix from the last game?
I want to fix. I want to fix our defense. I want to be better personally. As a whole, I want us to be better and get out, play with more pace like we do. And I know we only had 10 turnovers, but I feel like we could have had even less than that. So yeah, those are the 3 things I say.
On Wednesday, you told me this is going to be your Cinderella story. Does it feel like it yet?
Kind of. If we win this, when we win this game, it's gonna feel like even more because it's been a story that I've been dreaming about. So after tomorrow, it's definitely gonna feel like that.
Appreciate you, Sully. Thanks, bro.
Thank you.